So I'm embarrassed to say, man, like I'm very embarrassed to say. I feel like a really bad fair weather fan right now because I remember yesterday being like, "Oh man, it's the World Cup. Saudi Arabia's got their first match. Like, I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. I'm gonna watch this." And then I was like, "Argentina. I think I'll sleep in." I was like, "There's no way." But man, like shockingly, they pulled through. I woke up, my phone was blowing up. I had like three group chats of different family members, like all blowing up my phone. Like nobody saw this coming. Nobody in Saudi Arabia and nobody in the world. I think it's like the Saudi team. It's not even in the top 50 in the world, whereas Argentina has been undefeated for like 3 years. Like I'm pretty sure this is the biggest upset in World Cup history. I may be
It
wrong,
is.
but I would be shocked if there was any bigger upset. It like the amount of just pride and joy that has come out of not just Saudi Arabia, but the Middle East and North Africa. Like I've seen people celebrating all over in Syria, Sudan, Iraq, like all over these places. And of course, the happiest country to see Saudi Arabia win, Brazil. They have been celebrating more than anybody else because they hate Argentina. So they've been kind of our Arab brothers alongside us. Yeah, man, it was amazing. You can't write a better story than that. I mean, the biggest underdog upset in the history of the sport on this stage. Um, Man, something like this is probably never going to happen again, but I'm just proud to be alive for it. I just wish I watched it live. I'm like, I feel oof, but still, it's amazing.
I know my family was losing their minds. You're right. It was the biggest upset in World Cup history, overthrowing the US, actually beating England all the way back in 1950.
Really?
Unbelievable. You know upsets very well. Just as you said, you won the largest ever battle royal, 51 people in WWE history. You actually took my title away from me. I had the record before you for the Andre the
What?
Giant Battle Royal.
Oh, the Andre.
That's right. In 2017, 33 people. 51 is certainly
No,
substantially
I'm
bigger than
so
that.
sorry.
So, if it had to be someone, I'm glad it was you, my friend.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Yeah, but like the thing is, this is Argentina, right? So like this is like if I had my first match and I beat Roman Reigns for the title. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's huge. Like that's huge. And this is Messi's team. Like for it to be a team of that level at that caliber, I just can't even imagine how that team is feeling right now. I mean, what an excellent performance! What a gargantuan performance from them. I'm just proud, man. I'm proud, and I'm happy to see people be happy. And who knows what's going to happen? Argentina could still win the whole thing. It would be certainly interesting if Saudi Arabia beat the team that ended up winning the World Cup, or Saudi Arabia could win the World Cup. Who knows at this point? It's just I love when something like this happens in the beginning of the tournament, to where it just goes to show that you don't know what's going to happen.
Got a question for you. You are the first ever Saudi born WWE wrestler. What does that mean to you, especially knowing that your family is there in Saudi watching you on TV every single week?
It means the world to me. It's a huge honor, but it's also a tremendous amount of weight. It's a lot of pressure. I just do my best and hope that people are happy with me and proud of me. I try not to think about it too much because then it gets like really heavy. You know what I mean? Like I never expected this to be the case for me in my life at all. Like I always wanted to be in WWE. I always wanted to be a wrestler, a superstar. I just didn't know it was going to be like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. It's like the representative for this entire country. So I just do my best and hope that people like it.
Well, I can say firsthand that that honor was definitely earned and not given. I was out there at the tryout where WWE found you. You were the standout miles ahead of everybody else. It was
Thank you, man. I
obvious to
appreciate that.
anyone in attendance that you were going to be a big star in the company. Talk a little bit about how your first major professional wrestling match of your lifetime happened in Saudi with your family. Were you more nervous about that? Were you more excited about that? What was going through your head?
Yeah, I remember you being there, and it was such a great moment because it was like it finally felt real, if that makes sense. Because like there was you you're the guy who had done it and you were doing it. And I was kind of following in your heels as well as terms of like, you know, Arab representation. And it felt super cool to see you there. And it felt super cool to see you encouraging us. I was fighting for that, like for my life, man. Like I fought for that like it was my first and only chance. So when I was finally standing out there, I think it was for it was like the biggest battle royal in WWE history or whatever. 51 dudes all in the ring at the same time. I could see my family. I could see my brothers, my sister, some of my cousins, my baba. I could see them all in the front row. And when I won that bad boy, man, it was like I jumped into my brother's arms. Like he introduced me to wrestling, so it was such a complete full circle moment that for that to happen, just having that in my life, I would have peaked right there. You know, like hopefully there's more to come, but that was an amazing moment for me.
WWE, of course, with a very big one this weekend, Survivor Series War Games, the first time ever where Survivor Series was going to have a War Games format this Saturday, November 26th. Any predictions for us that you can give us here first on TMZ Sports? Who's coming ahead? Team Sheamus or the Bloodline?
That's great. That's a great question, man. I don't know. Survivor Series War Games is such a an interesting match because it's never been done on WWE and on that stage in that way. Like it happened in NXT, but never on Raw or SmackDown or on a pay per view or a premium live event like Survivor Series. So I got to give the edge to the Bloodline just because they got Sami Zayn and he's my favorite guy to watch right now. So
another Arab brother of
fan.
ours. That's
yeah,
right.
that's right. That's right. So I got to give the edge to them, even though you know you got guys like Butch who have been in the match before, and I'm really excited for the women's War Games match. That's gonna be super cool. Yeah, just an awesome looking show in front of a packed crowd, and I think Boston. I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait.